I just want to say I love this movie so much. I'm obsessed with it. And I had a good time, and I can't wait for it to premiere and for everybody to watch it and just to hear their thoughts. Because I'm big in the horror community, and I speak to everybody, and we watch movies together, do watch parties, and I feel like this would be a great movie to watch together with a group of friends. So I just want to say congrats on the movie because it's amazing. My first question is, what was the inspiration for this movie? Because throughout the years we got a lot of creepy pastas and things like that, and that's what it reminded me of. And a lot of them are very creepy, and this one is new and very creepy. So I want to know, what was the inspiration for this movie, and also the GRIMCUTTY?
I think I got the idea when I was the Momo challenge thing was happening, and I saw these like local news reports about the Momo challenge, and I was just struck by the the kind of disconnect between what parents thought it was and what kids thought it was. It would kind of, the news reports would kind of open with a bunch of scaremongering and then go into a segment where they say, we asked the kids what they thought, and the kids were just kind of scratching their heads like, what are you talking about? So it practically wrote itself. It's just very ripe for satire.
Yes.
So I kind of took that and combined it with Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yes.
and I was interested in the story of kids who need technology to solve a mystery but don't have it, and what they would do in that situation, and all those things just kind of swirled together and formed into the GRIMCUTTY script.
I love that, because we always say now with these new horror movies, it's like, what would you do without social media or your phone and stuff like that? Because in the 80s and some parts of the 90s, it was a hard time to navigate and stuff, but now we're all on our phones. So watching this, I'm just like, I love the idea of the parents taking away the phones and you just have to navigate the old-fashioned way, like how most of us did back in the day. But Usman and Sara, I love y'all's family dynamic. Y'all did such a great job. But then I start to see the unraveling, obviously, towards the end. And I want to know, was it hard for you guys to go from just like a loving family, even though it was still like a little bumpy, like normal teenager stuff, but then it gets really bad towards the end? So was it hard for you guys to, navigate that and transition from one thing to another?
I mean, it's always a challenge to find like a character's sort of arc and journey in terms of where they're going and where they've started and where they're going. But all of these moments were built into the script pretty well. So when I first read the script, it was easy for me to easier than other scripts I've read to find like where this character is going and how is his relationship with his daughter changing, and also to see how his daughter is changing as well. And then honestly, you just try to play those moments as truthfully as possible. Even in the world of a horror movie where you're dealing with a creature and supernatural elements, there's still room to find like real, honest interaction between characters and to really plot where they're going and from where they've come from. So I thought we all, as a cast, we were clear that that's something we wanted to make a vivid part of the story, is that how they change as the paranoia increases.
Yeah, I think because the parents-child dynamic was like central to the story, it was like pretty easy to track. I think when it got difficult, it's like how, like, I think we just like kind of played in the moment, like how the dynamics kind of change, because it's kind of like they're being influenced by this outside force of like the paranoia, but they might also be paranoid. So it was like this whole thing, but it was fun to do. And I think we just experimented, and like Usman said, it was written in the script, so it was easy to find.
Yes.
And I just want to say that the truthfulness that Usman and Sara and Shannon brought to the roles, I'm so grateful for, because this film could have easily gone another direction, but they just brought this genuine believability to it that I'm really grateful for. Yeah,
that's why I had to ask that question, because it was super believable, and I was actually hurting, not even just for you both, but even Shannon's character. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I can't imagine to, become not a parent, but like I can't imagine seeing my kids go through this. And a lot of times in horror movies, the parents don't believe the kids until something really, really, really bad happens. And I love the moment in this film where the mother realizes, like, you know what, my daughter's telling the truth, and now we just got to get, father to believe. And it was a little struggle for you, Usman. It was a little struggle for you, but we got you. And it wasn't until, you seen your daughter in trouble that you just, you know what, let me just do what I have to do. And there you go. But I'm so curious to see where the story goes after this, because obviously it's kind of like left open-ended. And I love that. Because it invites us to maybe get, a sequel or maybe a whole series of these. So I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, guys, congrats on the movie. It's a great one. And I can't wait to watch this, like I said, with a group of friends, especially for HULUWEEN.